Here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They will throw on first down with Burrow. Flush to his right. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for third down. Now it's Burrow. Eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And this is what you want to see from a defense. Give up an opening drive touchdown, that's fine. But how about them going back out there, recommitting themselves to the task at hand, and forcing a 3-and-out and giving the ball back to their offense?
They'll try and throw forward with Burrow. That's caught by his tight end, Uzomah. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
I know they got the first down, but Brandon, I still don't like the call going for it there. Yeah, they got it, but I would have punted the ball there, played some field position. I mean, it's okay to end drives and kicks, right? You know, we've heard that from different guys before. Remember, a kick's either a punt, right, field goal, or a point after touchdown. It's okay to end it in a kick.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Now Burrow. Open man is Uzomah. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we can always lock in on the skill position, guys. But those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Here we go.
On first and 10, Joe Burrow. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw or maybe the ball's tipped or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly second and long. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now a play fake it at Stafford. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down to close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Burrow from his own end zone. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Burrow, 3rd and long from his end zone. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. They got his man, complete. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. When you talk about Jamar Chase, one of the things that really stands out, his ability to take ordinary plays and then turn those into big ones.
Yeah, and that was sheer determination right there. He decided before the play, if there was a sliver, he was going to take advantage of it. Looked the ball in, turned on the jets, and took it all the way.
They'll look to throw. And that is caught for the 2 points. And I guess that makes up for the earlier missed 2-point try here to get him to 14.
Yeah, that aggressiveness, it reminds me a lot of when basketball first adopted the 3-point shot. And people were starting to realize that 3 for 2 was really starting to work for them. In this case now, maybe the 2 for 1 is coming into play in the NFL.
Well, they were a little too excited to get the football, touched it before it went 10 yards.
And that's so difficult, isn't it? Because sometimes you can just take a bad hop and veer into your lane or into your body. In this case, though, they touched it before 10. Illegal touching is the call.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
That's good.
Now a 1st down throw. Stafford. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, LA. Odell Beckham there to make the grab. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And we are tied here in the 2nd quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. 2nd and 8 coming up. Burrow on play action. Looking deep downfield. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play. But he could not pull it in. The Bengals on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Burrow looking to pass. He's going to take another shot here. He's got a man, complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And he'll get into the end zone. That gives his guys an 8-point lead. And the formula there on the 2-point try to go 5 wide. Not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Keeping it on the ground on first, Michel. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From just shy of midfield, Stafford. Open man is Higbee, the tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. And he used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield. Touchdown! Cam Akers. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Rams are now just a 2-point conversion away from tying this thing up. Gay is on for the point after. And this is now a 1-point game. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is make sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Now it's Burrow. That's caught by the tight end, Drew Sample. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Looking to throw again on second down. Burrow. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. This is caught. It's Boyd. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the Rams are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. And that now 2 interceptions thrown in the second quarter.
And you know, a lot of people look at these guys and they think to themselves that maybe, possibly, they're still thinking about the first one. And they probably are. I think in this case, he's just trying to atone for the first interception. Tried a little bit too hard, maybe forced it a bit, and instead created a second one.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Stafford. Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there.
And that ball going to be intercepted yet again. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
With both of these offenses having their way, it's not likely they'll need to be doing a whole lot at halftime. But the defenses are definitely in need of some adjusting. And for the call of the second half, let's go back out to Brandon and Charles.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? From the end zone, here comes Brandon Powell. And he's going to be out of bounds here right at the 20-yard line. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
That's good for an LA Rams. 1st and 10.
Back to throw, Stafford. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. C.J. C.J. Uzomah there to make the grab. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Zach Taylor's made the decision. They'll go for 2 here. Burrow's going to look to throw for it.
And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Powell now to take it out of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
Let's go. 53. Ready.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Flush. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Cincinnati touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Here's Burrow. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Now they had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that 2-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point, but after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for 2 and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted. In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. On Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Burrow will throw. Escaping the pressure right. That is caught. It's Uzomah. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Well, they completed the pass but lost yardage, so they'll decline the penalty.
Perfect play for them, isn't it? Who needs a penalty? When you try and throw the ball, you don't even get it downfield, and they go ahead and snuff out the play. They'll take that as a result.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw caught by Higgins.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Flush to his right.
Open man is Chase, complete.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Now it's Burrow. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. 20. And he will bring it back. It's an interception return for a Rams touchdown. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And this one's back to an 8-point game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
First down, Cincinnati.
Play action. It's Burrow. Open man is Uzama. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
3 yards the gain there, second down. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. This goes out wide for Mixon. And he gets it down to the 32. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Burrow on third down. And he will find his man Chase complete. Touchdown Bengals. Jamar Chase, 32 yards. And the Bengals get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Zach Taylor's made the decision. They'll go for 2 here. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 32-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball.
They've got his man. Complete. Touchdown, Rams. Odell Beckham. His second touchdown of the night. And the Rams are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter.
Well, if you've got him in your fantasy league, you like his production, his second touchdown of the game. But right now, his team is trailing. Fortunately, he's playing pretty well and trying to keep him in it.
Yeah, they might need a little more from him here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they continue to call his number. Right now, he needs his defense to step up and give him a chance.
And he'll wind up short of the goal line, so they will not be able to get this back within a score as this remains a 10-point differential. So both offenses come to life here in this third quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Set to kick it off. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
To throw again on second down. Burrow eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trip to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you got a battle on your hands.
On third down, Burrow. Flushed out right. Now Burrow loses the football. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
He's on the 14-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
To throw again on second down. Stafford caught left side. It's Beckham. Well, the Rams are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
That's good for an LA Rams. First and goal.
They'll try the jet sweep. Stafford pops it forward. And he will score. Touchdown. Cam Akers, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Rams have made it a 1-score game again here in the fourth. Day is on for the point after. And the lead is down to a field goal now. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. 1-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That mantra has to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
Now he'll throw deep left side. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Rams are right back in this football game. After the interception, here's Stafford. That's caught left side. It's Higbee, the tight end. That catch good for only a couple.
2 yards on the pickup.
From the 31, Stafford escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
After what they faced during this game where they've given up a ton of yards downfield, there has to be a measure of revenge right there for the secondary. They've been shredded throughout the game and finally forced an incompletion.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
On first and 10, Stafford. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's Incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Offense tried to get a little slick there and sneak the back out of the backfield and turn him into the primary deep receiver. But it was good coverage defensively. They were able to break it up.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Quick throw into the hands of Hopkins out wide. That's on the guard, David Edwards. Here's Stafford. He completes it to Beckham. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it. So it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Throwing again is Stafford. This one to the left to Higbee. And he's taken down inside the 30.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
They get this to Beckham on the perimeter. Little razzle-dazzle by OBJ. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. A quick throw complete on to Beckham. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds.
That's a nice job of working his way open down in the red zone. Looked that one in and then made a beeline for the pylon. He didn't quite get there, and you want to give him a little extra for the effort, but instead he sets his guys up in excellent shape with a 1st and goal.
Akers. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, after the loss on 1st down, they're going to walk that line and understand they don't have to rush just yet, but time is still going to be a factor in decision-making. Call your play. Make sure everyone knows what they're doing. You have to score a touchdown here. You've got to find a way to cash in.
And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd and goal now in a 1-score game. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. They call it a loss of a yard there. And that will bring up an interesting decision here on 4th and goal.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time, 1-play interceptions, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw, Burrow. He's going to let it go again. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Now Burrow. That's complete to Chase.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as he'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game.
Here's Burrow.
And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like having there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. That means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Throwing, Burrow. Complete to Boyd.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Burrow.
He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
Burrow.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Throwing now is Joe Burrow. Flush to his right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kicked him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Going for it all. And this is going to be intercepted. Snags it for the pick.
And the Rams are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him, but you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on, but it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6-1, one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I'd go down there and say that to him right now. Probably pretty fragile. Eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton.
And he will be taken down, and that means we are headed to overtime.
And we have free football overtime. Here we go, my friend.
And the way this game played out, this is exactly how it should end, going to overtime, because neither one got an advantage today.
And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And we will not see a return to start overtime. It'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of...
And he works free. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. And quickly, he just gets that ball out of there. Not quite sure what he was doing, and here comes the flag. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. Now it's Stafford. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. First throw in overtime now for Burrow.
And that is nearly intercepted. Oh, that would have changed things here in overtime, but instead, it's just 2nd down.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Burrow. And his throw here is incomplete.
You got to remember, because now that we're in overtime, mistakes get magnified. So you got to walk that line between being aggressive and being careful, because that was a dangerous throw right there. Yet obviously can now have an interception in this spot.
It nearly was an interception. He's lucky to get that one back. Got an open man. That's C.J. Uzomah. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. They go back to that well. He's had a great game. Defensively, they haven't been able to stop him. Same thing here in overtime.
And sometimes that goes to the play caller's ego, because a lot of times you have so many different plays you want to call, but when you spot a matchup that's working for you or a player that has the hot hand, keep giving it to him. That tells me you're mature as a play caller, and it's working for them in overtime.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Burrow. And he'll go right back to Chase. That's caught again. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Throwing again, it's Burrow. On the move to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And this one is incomplete.
That one brought back a few nightmares, because when a quarterback gets outside of the pocket, your job as a defensive back, make sure you stay as deep as the deepest receiver and not let anyone leak behind you for a big play. A nice job there, having discipline and not letting them connect on that pass.
And this is going to be another 1st down, as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams' 23. He's padding his already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Offensively, back-to-back really nice plays. This defense, they've got 2 timeouts, maybe should burn one.
Yeah, when you get back-to-back explosive plays, to me, anything over 10 yards, I don't care if it's a run or a pass, I count it as an explosive.
And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and